2024. So I began to think about the idea of a servant leader. And rather than just give my own personal opinion about servant leadership, I thought it would be best if I researched it a bit. And so, based on an article from Arthur Matt Tenney, I found that there are at least 10 characteristics of a servant leader: listening, empathy, healing, awareness, persuasion, conceptualization, foresight, stewardship, commitment to the growth of people, and building community. But Matt Tenney said that there are 7 principles of a servant leader. Number 1, authenticity, the quality of being genuine or real. Now, fostering a culture of trust gained through honesty, transparency, and accountability prevents a negative culture from being embedded into a group. So it's important that if you want to become a servant leader, you learn to be authentic. Number 2 was strong communication. Now, at Toastmasters, that's one of the things that we are here for, to learn how to be strong communicators. And what does that mean? Well, believe it or not, it actually means learning to be a good listener. Good listening assists in providing good feedback in a positive tone that is constructive, compassionate, specific, focused, and timely. It is important to clearly articulate and model your core values. The core values of Toastmasters International are respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Now, the third principle, according to Matt Tenney, is integrity. You must have a strong moral principle and uncompromisingly adhering to them. Modeling core values, speak with sincerity, offer feedback that is constructive. And I spoke about feedback being one of our core principles in Toastmasters for growth and learning. So it's important to offer feedback that is constructive and consider the ethical impacts of every decision made. No matter how big or how small, decisions you make have an impact. Could be a good impact, could be a negative impact. Compassion. According to the dictionary, compassion means the feeling that arises when you are confronted with another's suffering and feel motivated to relieve that suffering. Now, I'd like to think that we all have compassion within us. Value relationships. That's important. Use foresight and conceptualize long-term consequences of decisions made in short term. Sometimes we can act rash or at the spur of the moment. But as a servant leader, we have to take a breath. Whoa, okay. So if Jackie shares, my sharing stops.
Better.
It's okay.
We can hear you now. We can see it.
I think I'm on time, so I'm not worried about it. The feeling that arises, again, I'm sorry, I got thrown off. When we have compassion towards another person, we need to understand their feelings and how decisions that we make impact them. And in order to do that, it goes back to the other principles: being authentic, having integrity, and especially strong communication. Number 5 was empowerment. And it's the process of gaining freedom and power to do what you want or to control what happens to you. But I'm not talking about the servant leader having that power. A servant leader empowers others to have that power. Empowerment is crucial to creativity and innovation, and for innovation to flourish. Building healthy, trusting relationships removes the fear element and nourishes innovation and creativity. Those of you who know me for quite some time know that empowering others is one of the things that I love to do. I like to tell people to run with their ideas, to try them. In Toastmasters is where we can try things, and if it fails, that's okay, because we learn from our mistakes. And this is the safe place to do that. Before we go out into the boardroom or into our communities, or even with our own families, try it here first. Tweak it, make it great. Then afterwards, go out and amaze everyone. Number 6, continuous improvement. You can be a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest level of education in Toastmasters, and still learn every day. You can still continue to improve. A servant leader recognizes that. And it's a two-way street. You not only learn from those you lead, who are leading, you learn from those who lead. The ongoing process of analyzing performance, identifying opportunities, and making incremental changes to processes is all about continuous improvement. And without trying, failing, learning from our failures, and trying again, innovation is impossible. Utilizing mistakes as learning opportunities paves the way for innovation and growth. And the last key principle is putting others first. To treat or consider someone or something as more important than anything else. Ben Lichtenwalder, who was also another author, said, if you are not serving others, you're being self-serving. A servant leader empowers others to participate in decision-making and then serves to consider the impact of any decision on the well-being of others. That is putting others first. You don't have to start big to be a servant leader. You can start with one action, one person at a time, and grow from there. The rewards are amazing and abundantly shared with others. It's important, if you want to be a servant leader, to recognize that these 7 principles will get you there. I am proud to have received the first Servant Leader Award of District 46, and I hope that others will follow in my footsteps. Thank you so much. And now we have a speech by Maurice. He is doing effective coaching path, evaluate level 1 evaluation and feedback. It is a 5 to 7 minute speech. Maurice Lauriano, selling to New York City like a revenue superstar. Selling to New York City like a revenue superstar. Maurice Lauriano, the virtual stage is yours.
Why, thank you so much, Evelyn. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with all of you, and will tell you that we are going to have an experience like no other, where today I am going to take you through some of the many links I share with my clients as we become, as GOT Goals informs its clients about the New York City government procurement sales. Specifically, let's look at here. When working with me, you'll get access to all of these links. There are some 20 different links that range from government contracting roadmaps to access to Passport, which is the city's portal, to understanding the city record, whether it be online or in print, which you can find at any local library, the minority certification process, whether it be through the New York City, New York State, or specifically certain agencies like the New York City Department of Education. Finally, there are some other links here that help you navigate following the money, which is the strategy that I co-pilot individuals through. Following the money, like understanding what is the public school budget and where are schools that have funding. Then diving deeper into understanding what's the future forecast. So let's take a look at some of these links. I'll start with the first one, which is Chatbot Beta. This is a new product that came out of the Small Business Administration, and it is highly recommended as it is interactive in telling you what compliance requirements are necessary to begin. Further along, there's the Mayor's Office of Contractual Services. I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the roadmap of really how to do business with New York. You start by responding to opportunities, which you'll find in Passport. We'll talk about that later. But you need to show the city who you are. Tell us your NAICS codes and what categories you do business in, and what products and services you have available. And then you find contracting opportunities that are in alignment with your product service. Essentially, the ultimate goal is to receive a contract award and to continue to do business and evaluate that favorably in Vindex. Moving on, Passport, I mentioned to you, has a public and private access. So if you do not have access to a business, you're not able to see Passport. But if you use my links, there's a back way in that doesn't require you to log in, and you can go ahead and find opportunities there. Similarly, the city record also allows you to find opportunities. This here, you'll be able to identify what agencies are going to have what things come up when. It is the New York City's intent to provide public access to this information. And so we would ask that you can always find information about almost everything, including, I'll say one before, if we run out of time, Checkbook NYC. And so if you want to see which vendors are getting paid and how much they're getting paid, that's also available to those individuals that work with me through the providing process. I'm going to wrap this up, but I want to say to you that one of the things that key strength to businesses is always follow the money. And so let's take a look at how that looks like for a particular school community. If you type in the county code, which is going to be K for Kings, Q for Queens, M for Manhattan, you get the idea, and the 3-digit code, you can then find the budget for any New York City public school, including charter schools. And so you can identify if your particular target school has money available for something that you are selling. So for example, if I'm selling to early childhood, I would definitely choose this school because we know that they have, I would say, close to $4,000 in early childhood money. That's an immediate match. But what if this was a school like this, where it's a different, and I'm just pulling up a different school, and I'm using the wrong number. I think it's Q200. So this school has even larger amounts of early childhood money. So this school trumps the prior school. So I hope you can understand where I'm showing you here. Individuals who work with me are able to access many of the different links that would help you guide and navigate New York City procurement in a way that is ultimately informative and life-changing. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Maurice. That was extremely informative. And now we come to our favorite part of the movie with our favorite Toastmaster, Vicky Moore, our table topics master.
Oh,
Vicky, we have two guests, so please explain how table topics works for the benefit of our guests.